Hello and welcome back to the Extra Inning. This is Team Steezy's weekly MLB and Seattle Mariners recap. I am your host, Eddie Mavenglo. This week, Kyle Seager's pretty incredible game against Minnesota. MLB replay totally blows the call, and not one, but two no-hitters and much, much more. Before we step up to the plate, if you haven't already, subscribe to the channel and like the video as well. And follow us on Twitter and Instagram to stay up to date with all the latest content. All right, let's play ball. As always, we're going to do the hits and the misses, starting off with the hits. First up, Kyle Seager's great game against the Minnesota Twins. Last Sunday, longtime Seattle Mariners third baseman Kyle Seager went 4 for 4 against Minnesota in an outing that actually showed 2 home runs and 4 RBIs. The second home run would actually end up being the final nail in the coffin for Minnesota, who at one point was actually holding on to a 6-run lead. Kyle Seager said the credit should be directed towards the relief pitchers for suppressing any chances that Minnesota had at making any kind of comeback. Kyle Seager said, "It was a really nice job of the bullpen to come in here in the second half of this game and shut down an extremely good offense. I think that was a huge part of it." Hopefully we'll continue to see this kind of level from Kyle Seager as years go on. This will likely be his last year with the Seattle Mariners. Earlier this year, a video was leaked of team president Kevin Mather openly admitting that he had no intention of re-signing Kyle Seager's contract after it expires at the end of the season. We'll dive a little bit deeper into the fallout of that video in another video. Only 1 week ago, right here, we expressed our concern with Marco Gonzales and his rough start in his first 2 games of the season. It's almost like he heard me, because his very next outing, he put on a pretty good show. He delivered a 5-strikeout game on the road against Baltimore, showing newfound precision along the way. His strengths don't necessarily come with his power or his velocity even, but with his control. This spread shows evidently that his weaknesses are only exploited when he leaves the ball deep in the zone. MLB writer Justice De Los Santos says that while Gonzalez' third start was a positive step forward, the long ball remains a problem. In 15 1/3 innings this season, Gonzalez has already allowed 6 home runs. Last season, Gonzalez only allowed 8 home runs in 69 2/3 innings. Additionally, 9 of Gonzalez' 14 earned runs this season have come via the long ball. Hopefully we'll see a little bit more from Marco Gonzales, especially because it's so early in the season. It's really hard to get a gauge on where his performance is at. Best of luck to him as we continue. That was the hits. Now it's time to take a look at the misses. The first miss, the Mariners give up a walk-off against Baltimore. Last Tuesday's game against the Baltimore Orioles ended in a walk-off hit right down the middle on behalf of Ramon Arias. Seattle was actually holding on to a 4-run lead at one point during this game. This was before Michael Franco actually hit a 3-run double. Ryan Mountcastle followed up with an RBI signal, burying the Mariners even deeper. Ramon Arias said of the game, "Today had some pretty good swings and I was able to make some hard contact. I'm very happy I was able to contribute to the victory for my team. I am looking forward to continuing to receive more opportunities and show what I can do out there." Our next big miss is actually a pretty darn big one. James Paxton is officially out. You might remember on the last episode, we speculated that James Paxton's season may be coming to an end. Well, today we know that the Mariners have officially placed him on the 60-day IL, and he is scheduled to go at a season-ending injury. In the last episode, we talked about James Paxton and how we were speculating that his season was probably coming to an end. Well, today we know for sure that the Mariners have placed him on the 60-day IL, and he is scheduled to undergo a season-ending injury. Mariners manager Scott Severs said, "It's a blow. This is a guy who is a top-end starter, a top-of-the-rotation type guy. Certainly nothing against our other guys, but they just don't have the experience and the track record that Paxton has accumulated over his time in the big leagues. It's disappointing to lose him. On the flip side, you can't do anything about it. I feel terrible for Pax and having to deal with this one again. If I know Pax, he'll take the right attitude with it and go forward and try to make the best out of it and come back stronger than ever." Well, that's the news for the Mariners. Let's take a look around the league. This is the big league news. First up, Major League Baseball replay blows a call. You knew we were going to talk about this one sooner or later. Last Sunday's showdown between the Philadelphia Phillies and the Atlanta Braves ended in controversy. Last Sunday's showdown between the Atlanta Braves and the Philadelphia Phillies ended in controversy as Alec Bohm was called safe at the plate, even though he clearly didn't touch it. The replay showed clear as day that he was out. This call actually ended up being upheld even after they went to an official replay. The boys in New York looked at it, and as you can see here, Alec Bohm just missed his slide. Atlanta Braves pitcher Drew Smyly said, "Everyone saw it and sees it. For MLB not to overturn that, it's embarrassing. You know, why even have replay if you won't overturn that? They say there wasn't enough evidence, but there's 5 different angles. It's clear he didn't touch the plate. So what do you think? Do you think he was safe? Do you think he was out? Let us know in the comment section down below. Up next, Carlos Rodon's toe hitter. Chicago White Sox pitcher Carlos Rodon pitched his way to the 20th no-hitter in Chicago White Sox history. This came last Wednesday against Cleveland. The career milestone is a comeback of sorts for the Chicago White Sox player after being non-tendered last season, but ultimately finding his way back to the franchise through free agency on a 1-year contract. The no-hitter in question is notable for a couple reasons. One, it comes on the heel of another no-hitter in the league, and we'll get to that soon, don't worry. And 2, he actually had perfect game status all the way up until the 9th inning until Roberto Perez was hit by a pitch. He actually had perfect game status all the way up until the 9th inning until Roberto Perez was hit by a pitch on his toe. No joke. Rodon merely laughed it off before pitching his way to the end of the game. Carlos Rodon said of the game, "It's a pretty special moment. Not many people can say they've thrown a no-hitter in Major League Baseball. We always talk about it, it seems like. In an interview with the reporters, it's like, oh, there's been some ups and downs, what it's like to go through that, go through some adversity. It just feels good to finally sit here and tell you, I dominated today. And it felt good. I've never really done that. I've never done it at this level, at least. It feels good to say I did it." Well, speaking of no-hitters, we have to talk about yet another one. Lucky us. Our next story, Joe Musgrove pitches the first ever no-hitter in San Diego Padres history. San Diego's hometown hero, Joe Musgrove, has pitched the first no-hitter in history of his team. The feat came against the Texas Rangers at a full, and yes, you heard me right, full Globe Life Field in Arlington, Texas. What's really interesting is that this game also had perfect game status until a hit by pitch. This time it was Joey Gallo that got the honors of being beaned. What's even weirder is that Musgrove said that he has the superstition that prevents him from taking bathroom breaks during his games. This led to one of the funniest interviews I've seen on MLB Network's Intentional Talk. It's something I've always done. I love to stay hydrated. It makes my body feel good. Coming around to the 4th or 5th inning, I started to get pretty filled up, and I had to pee. I kind of like the edge it was giving me, like that feeling having to fight the urge to want to pee. Kind of like how guys like to pitch when they're hungry. I didn't want to go pee and have it give me the level of comfort and relaxation. Isn't that something? Oh my gosh, what a superstition. Well, that'll just about do it for us here at The Extra Inning. If you enjoyed the video, let us know by leaving a comment down below and liking the video. We're getting pretty close to that 2,000 subscriber mark. You can be a part of it. All you have to do is click. And a special thing for me is that you can call it a birthday present because today happens to be my birthday. Wonder what the guys got me. I'll tell you what, monetization, that's what. Join us next week for another episode of The Extra Inning with Eddie Mabanglo.